Hello, this is Anthony LaBelle with Team Status, and this is my first individual progress over sprints 1 and 2 for a 2D Java game that we call Soul. Now, most of my user stories are going to be related to at least one other user story, and I have a master UML diagram that we'll be referring to over and over for each user story. It'll be the same one. So let's go ahead and jump in. We have the first user story. As a gamer, I want to be able to navigate the menu options with the up and down keys so that I have more control on the menu. Let's take a look at the UML diagram that I have for this. So what we're referring to in there is the game button. This class is part of renderable object. It's inherited from renderable object. Almost everything in the game we'll be referring to this renderable object a lot. It's just renderable object is just a super class that helps us render anything, anything that we want. In this case, it's the game button. What we did with the game button is it's a little misleading. It's not an actual button per se, like a J button. It is a simple class that we made. It's a graphics 2D. It paints buttons on the screen, and it has a click listener. Now for the second user story, as a gamer, I want to see the solar system map as soon as start is pressed so that I can immediately begin selecting. Now what this is referring to is another class we have here called background, and this is another child class of renderable object. It's a fairly straightforward class. We use it to set a background image, and then we call the renderable object in the parent class as render function so that we could continuously render it for every update that the game makes for every frame. Now for the third user story. As a gamer, I want to get in my ship on the solar system map so that I can choose a world. The ship in our game is basically just a character, which again is derived from the renderable object class. This class is going to contain the sprite images so that we can step through animation fairly easily. And again, to render it for every frame, we will just call the parent class renderer function. Now this is where Sprint 2 starts. The first user story for Sprint 2. As a gamer, I want to open the status display screen by pressing C during a level so that I can view a level and weapon information. It goes along with this next user story. As a status display screen, I want to appear on the center of the game windows so that my information is clearly visible to the gamer. And it also goes along with this third user story. As a gamer, I want to close the status display screen by clicking OK on the display screen so that I can resume the level. Now let's go back to the UML diagram. It's hiding up here towards the top. Right here we have the game panel. The game panel has a key listener on it. So on press, depending on what you press, in this case it's going to be the C key, the window will display in the center of the screen with a button that you would click to get rid of it. And the relationship between the game panel and the window would be aggregation, because the game panel would have a window on there. So that's it for me in my first individual progress. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.